What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now for today's episode, we're going to be upgrading the 3rd gen Tacoma taillights. As many of y'all know, the stock lighting configuration from Toyota is subpar. Only one bulb on each side for brake lights light up as opposed to 2. The turn signal is located at the very top. This plug and play kit by Meso Customs gives the taillights a much needed upgrade to provide better functionality and, best of all, visibility for drivers behind you. This kit isn't too costly at 150 bucks. So let's go ahead, open up the box to see what's inside, and then we'll go ahead and install them on the 3rd gen Tacoma. Okay, let's go ahead and open this box and see what's inside. Looks like I got 6 LED bulbs. 2 of them are specialty with their own plugs. And it looks like we got 2 custom harnesses that'll plug right into the OEM taillight harness. Now these 4 small bulbs will go on the top part of the taillights, and these look like they're the switchback LEDs, so they switch between amber and clear, so it shares between the reverse and turn signals. It's got their own special little harness clips right there, and it looks like those harness clips will plug right into here. Now sometimes when people install LED bulbs on cars, the turn signal flashes like crazy, so it looks like there's an optional load resistor. But reading up on the forums, people are not having this issue, so we're going to go ahead and install it and see what happens without the load resistor. Hopefully not flashing like crazy, but I do have the LED headlights, so maybe that has something to do with it. So let's go ahead, start taking the taillights apart and getting this thing installed. First step of the installation process is to remove the 2 10mm bolts holding the taillights in place. So that's this bolt right here and this very bottom bolt right there. And then once the bolts are out, this taillight should be able to just pull right out, but there's 2 metal tabs holding this into the body. So you're gonna wanna use a little bit of force to pull it straight backwards, and then we'll go ahead and unplug the harness from the taillight connectors. Next step of this process, go ahead, disconnect these bulbs from these connectors, press down these tabs, might need some needle nose pliers. Now next thing you want to do is you'll take your Meso Customs harness, you want to match it up to the taillight harness on the truck. So you got a triangle right here, here's the triangle right here, it should plug in. This looks like an oval. Try this out. You got a small oval right here. And you want to make sure everything clicks together. So it's pretty secure. And here's our harness connectors. We'll plug into the bulbs. Now for the bulbs and connectors from the factory, we're going to be reusing these 2 right here, but the small one will be discarded because we'll be using the switchback. So go ahead and pull each bulb out of this connector. You want to take one of your supplied LEDs, the black one, plug it into here. Same thing with the other connector. Now let's go ahead and prepare the back side of the taillight. First thing, take this switchback LED, put it on the bottom portion of the taillight. Should be able to insert it and twist it, and it should lock in place. Now go ahead and put your triangle connector right here in the middle. And the black connector right here goes on the very top. And for the next step, we'll go ahead and reinstall the taillight, putting the connectors on for the switchback and the middle and top. And then we'll push the taillight in place, go inside the truck, start pushing on the brakes, hitting the turn signals, and see if it lights up before we go and bolt it in place. All right guys, can you see a difference on the turn signal? We've relocated it to the clear part, and you can see the amber LED lighting up pretty well. And as you can see here on the driver's side, you can see that very vague mark right there on the top. Now as far as the OEM configuration on the driver's side, you see how it's vaguely lighting up on the very top? Obviously you can see that a lot more than you can see on the driver's side. So that's basically one of the reasons for this stage 1 taillight kit. So let's go ahead and test the brake lights, and I'll show you on camera. Okay, now that the two 10mm bolts on the taillights are refastened, we can go ahead and proceed on the driver's side. Alright guys, the LED taillight kit from Meso Customs is fully installed and these things look absolutely fantastic. Not only do they put out more illumination for the drivers behind you, but they're no longer dimly lit like the OEM setup was. Installation was very easy and straightforward, and best of all, no cutting or splicing of any wires were required, which could be installed back to stock if needed. Anyhow, we got a lot more upgrades planned for the 3rd gen access cab and hope y'all can follow along in this build. Now if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.